Hi, I'm Stephen from ArtScience Museum. I work in the Programs Department, but what I'm here to talk about today is the Diversity Awareness Working Group, or as we like to lovingly call it, DAWG. When DAWG was a puppy, it was a few volunteers across several different departments who came together because they had a shared aim. The shared aim we had was that the museum would be as inclusive and as accessible and as celebratory of diversity as it possibly could be. We have 2 volunteers from every department, and we are fully supported by the entire museum who have all aligned behind this aim and objective to make the museum a space that celebrates all forms of inclusivity and brilliance and diversity. One really core principle in the Diversity Awareness Working Group, which is that when you plan or create for marginalized communities, those communities should be involved in the conversation as you're planning it. You should plan with them, not for them. A big reason we think this is no matter how educated or trained or well-read you might be, you can't guarantee that you're going to completely understand their life experience. But it's particularly important at museums, because museums are these beautiful, art-filled spaces for exchange. If you're limiting the people who can access the museum, you're limiting the exchange that can happen, and you're cutting out these massive groups of people who have these beautiful and varied experiences, and you're taking them out of any conversation that can be born in a museum. I'm so hopeful of what's going to happen to the landscape of accessibility, and I'm really looking for these massive tectonic changes for the better. Not only because people might become more empathetic and sympathetic, but because our understanding of the physical space really has completely changed. It is most evident through the labor force, where we don't need to be there in person to contribute now. We can telecommute, we can work from home, we can have virtual meetings, and that creates such a flexibility where people with disabilities who couldn't commute into work can now join a workforce and contribute. It's not just the labour force. The fact that theatres have gone online and museums have gone virtual just dramatically increases the range of ways people can engage with them. And every time we increase flexibility, it will eventually increase the type of people who can access it. So we're going to end with some tips on how to stay sane during circuit breaker, but more than that, how to have fun. So there's a lot of news about this. You can find tips everywhere, and they're all so different. Like, some people like getting dressed up, some people like staying dressed down, some people like reading, some people are using this time to learn new skills. So I've been recreating famous pictures on my own, and I know similar people who have turned to art. So most importantly is finding what works for you and just practicing it. Be kind and respectful, and don't push your solution onto them. Just help them and enable them to practice what works for them. So that's a wrap on me. Thank you for listening. Stay home, stay safe, stay fun, and stay tuned for more content. Toodles!